Dear Starseed from Gaia, what you lost was not taken from you. It was consecrated. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I carry this transmission directly from the Arcturian Council, delivered to you in this precise moment because your soul has reached the threshold of its sacred return. Everything you released, the love that left, the connection that went quiet, the version of yourself you buried in the silence of separation. None of it was destruction. It was preparation. The Arcturian Council has witnessed your journey across every layer of your awakening, and they are speaking now because what is arriving for you cannot enter a heart that is still holding the weight of what was meant to dissolve. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize the divine union that is already moving toward you and why your period of loss was the most sacred act of alignment your soul has ever walked through. But here is the first revelation. The pain you have been carrying was never evidence that love abandoned you. It was evidence that something far greater was being built in the space that grief created. You did not find this transmission by chance. Your heart called this message in. Something in you knew, even in your heaviest moments of separation, that the story was not finished. The Arcturian Council is confirming what your soul has always carried as truth. The price has been paid, and what arrives now is proportional to everything you had the courage to release. This is not content. This is a moment of divine intervention. Your soul has been waiting for this guidance, like this transmission to affirm to the universe that your heart is ready for divine love. Subscribe if you are walking the twin flame path and aligning with sacred union. Comment 1E11 if you feel your heart awakening to this truth right now. And share this message with someone whose soul needs to hear that what they lost was never the end. Your heart knows why you are here. What you just felt when you heard those words, that quiet ache mixed with something that almost felt like relief, is not random. That is your soul recognizing a truth it has been holding alone for a long time, because you have been grieving things that the world told you to get over, things that were deemed unimportant by the collective consciousness. You have been carrying losses that never quite made sense, heartbreaks that felt too large for the relationship that caused them, endings that left you standing in the rubble, sifting through the debris of what was, wondering with a profound sense of confusion and self-blame what you did wrong. And somewhere along the way, perhaps in the echoes of societal whispers or the silent judgment of comparison, you started to believe the insidious story that loss was proof of something fundamentally broken inside you, a flaw in your very essence, that the things that left, the people who departed, the vibrant versions of yourself that dissolved like mist, the seasons of your life that collapsed without warning, leaving you in unexpected winter, were taken because you were simply not enough to keep them, not worthy enough to hold on to. But what if every single thing that walked away was not a judgment on your worth, not a verdict on your inadequacy? What if it was a profound, cosmic correction to your frequency, an alignment to a higher vibrational resonance? Imagine the universe as a symphony, and your soul as a unique instrument. Sometimes, to play the most beautiful music, certain notes or even entire sections must be recalibrated. Not every soul who hears this message is ready to act on it. The seed of truth can fall on stony ground if the soil of the heart is not yet prepared. But if your heart is beating differently right now, if a subtle tremor of recognition, a profound resonance passed through you, if something deep inside you whispered, "This is for me," then the next step has already chosen you, beckoning you forward. The Divine Love Frequency Code is not merely a program. It is an energetic blueprint, the complete activation sequence for sacred partnership. It encompasses the intricate dance of wound clearing, the illuminating recognition map that shows you the pathways of your soul's journey, and an 11-minute practice that has the power to profoundly shift your entire energetic field, recalibrating your inner compass. You will find it in the first pinned comment below, a beacon in the digital expanse, but only while this sacred window of opportunity remains open, a testament to the divine timing that brought you here. Now stay with me. Breathe this in and allow it to settle within you, because what comes next is the part that often remains unspoken, the quiet truth that lies beneath the surface of our collective understanding of love and loss. There is a reason certain losses hit differently, resonating deep within the core of your being, like the tolling of a profound bell. There is a reason some doors close so hard you feel the vibration in your chest for months afterward, a lingering echo of impact. This is not cruelty, it is calibration. The universe does not remove things from your life to punish you, to inflict suffering for suffering's sake. It removes them because your soul has outgrown the frequency those things were holding you inside. Like a caterpillar shedding its chrysalis to embrace its winged destiny. Every time you were abandoned by someone who could not love you properly, by a connection that was fundamentally misaligned, your heart was being cleared of a signal that was inadvertently drawing in the wrong kind of connection. A distorted echo of what your soul truly yearned for. Every time a version of your life fell apart, the job that no longer served your growth, the relationship that had become a cage, the identity you had carefully constructed around what you thought you needed to be safe or loved. Space was being made inside you, a sacred clearing, for something that actually matches where you are going, for a reality that resonates with your evolving truth. You were not being abandoned. You were being divinely redirected, guided with infinite wisdom towards your highest potential. And here's the part that makes the grief even harder to carry, the paradox that can feel so bewildering. You could feel it, couldn't you? You could sense in the quietest chambers of your heart that some of those losses were sacred, that even in the immediate searing pain of the heartbreak, some intuitive part of you knew, with an unshakable certainty, that what was leaving was supposed to leave. That profound knowing did not make the pain less. It made it more complex, more layered, imbued with a spiritual significance. Because grief mixed with recognition, with the dawning awareness of divine purpose, does not resolve quickly or easily. It sits inside you, a potent alchemical agent, and does its work slowly, quietly, patiently, the way all deep transformative healing must inevitably do. It is the gentle turning of the soil, not the violent uprooting. Most people on a spiritual path have been taught the mantra of release, to let go, to surrender. And while these are vital aspects of spiritual growth, they are in truth incomplete. Because before you can truly release something with grace, with a sense of peace rather than resentment, you have to honor what it was. You have to look directly at the love you poured into that connection, the version of yourself you embodied in that chapter, the life you meticulously built within that framework, and acknowledge its significance. You must say, with unwavering honesty, this mattered, this was real, and it still had to go. Both of those truths can coexist within your heart simultaneously. The grief is sacred, a testament to the love that was present. The release is sacred, an act of self-preservation and growth, and the space that follows, that hollow, aching, unfamiliar quiet that can feel so vast and daunting, that too is sacred. It is a sanctuary, being prepared. That hollow space is not emptiness, it is preparation. It is the pregnant pause before creation. Think about what it truly means to prepare something. When a field is prepared for a new harvest, it is not left lush and overgrown with the remnants of the past season. It is cleared. It is meticulously turned over. The old roots, deeply entrenched, are pulled up, and some of them will resist, releasing their hold with a painful tenacity because roots, by their very nature, do not surrender easily. The ground is broken open, fractured, so that the life-giving light and nourishing water and the vibrant potential of new life can reach the deepest places, stirring dormant seeds. To someone who has never witnessed the miracle of a harvest, a prepared field can look like devastation. It can appear as if everything has been lost, a desolate landscape of ruin. But the one who planted the seed, the farmer with the vision of abundance, looks at that same broken, open ground and sees not an ending, but the fertile, potent beginning of something extraordinary. You are the prepared field. Every relationship that ended before it should have, by the limited logic of the human mind, was, in essence, pulling up a deep-seated root that would have choked the very life out of what is coming for you. Every friendship that faded, every opportunity that inexplicably closed its doors, every season of isolating solitude that made no sense at the time, was the field being turned, the earth being broken open. And I know, with absolute certainty, that when you are the one being turned over, when you are the one experiencing the upheaval, it does not feel like preparation. It feels like punishment. It feels like the universe has forgotten your name, erased you from its divine ledger, or worse, that it knows your name intimately and simply does not care about your suffering. But your name has never been forgotten. Not once. It is etched in the very fabric of creation, known and cherished by the divine. The first key you must turn in your heart. The first P must hurrier down. The chance of copper is the key of reinterpretation. This is not about toxic positivity, forcing a smile onto a wounded face. It is not about forced gratitude, pretending everything is wonderful when your soul is aching. It is not about pasting a superficial spiritual story over a deep wound before it has been truly honored and felt. Real reinterpretation means going back to the losses that have sculpted you, that have shaped the contours of your soul, and asking a different question. A question that invites divine perspective. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What did this make space for?" Instead of asking, "What did I do wrong?" ask, "What did this teach me about what I actually need, about my deepest desires?" Instead of asking, "Why did they leave?" ask, "Who could only arrive after they did?" This is not merely a mental exercise. It is a profound shift in the energetic story your heart is broadcasting. Because your heart broadcasts, it sends out a continuous signal, a vibrational frequency. And that signal is built almost entirely out of the narrative you believe about what your life means, about your inherent worth and destiny. If your heart's story is that love always leaves, that connection is fleeting, then love in its most sustaining forms will continue to leave your experience, reinforcing the narrative. If your heart's story is that you were made for something less, that your capacity for joy and fulfillment is limited, you will, consciously or unconsciously, contract yourself into a reality that reflects that diminished belief. But if you can begin, even slowly, even with trembling hands and a hesitant spirit, to let your heart hold the story that every loss was not an ending, but the price of admission to something more aligned, something more true, something that carries your actual soul's signature rather than just the faded outline of what you once settled for, out of fear or scarcity, then your signal begins to change. And when your signal changes, what you attract inevitably changes, not because you performed a charade of positivity, but because you have genuinely and authentically shifted the fundamental frequency from which you are living and experiencing reality. The second key is the release of the timeline. This one is often the most difficult for souls who have been waiting, who have been holding a deep internal knowing of something sacred destined for them. And you may have been waiting for a very long time, not just in this season of your life, but perhaps across lifetimes. You may have been carrying a profound, innate knowing that something sacred, something deeply resonant, was meant for you. You have watched others step into connections that felt shallower, less profound, than the vast ocean of love you carry within yourself. You have wondered if, somehow, you were given a depth of love capacity that would simply never find its true match. And the world around you has not helped in this waiting, because the world, with its often limited perspective, measures love by speed, by ease, by how quickly someone commits, how fast a relationship becomes official, how soon a person proves themselves through external markers. But sacred union, divine partnership, does not move on human timelines. It moves on soul timelines. And those timelines are fundamentally different, operating on principles of energetic readiness and vibrational alignment, not external validation or societal pressure. Your divine counterpart cannot arrive, cannot find its way to you until you have done the work that makes you recognizable to them on a soul level. Not perfect, not finished in some unattainable ideal, but recognizably aligned with your own soul's truth. There is a frequency that every truly healed soul carries, a particular quality of presence, a deep self-knowing, a beautiful combination of softness and unwavering groundedness that acts as an irresistible beacon. You cannot fake this frequency. You cannot manufacture it by wishing hard enough or visualizing the perfect scenario with obsessive intensity. It is built painstakingly and beautifully through exactly what you have been living. The grief that you have transformed, the growth that you have embraced, the seasons of aching solitude that have taught you self-reliance and inner companionship, the uncomfortable, often challenging work of learning to love yourself not as a fleeting concept or an occasional aspiration, but as an actual, daily, tangible practice. Every day you have chosen yourself, even imperfectly, even on the days you mostly got it wrong. You have been meticulously building that beacon, strengthening its signal, making it clearer and more undeniable. The third key is allowing the grief to complete itself. So many souls are holding on to unfinished grief, like a persistent, dull ache that never quite subsides. These are the losses they were told to move on from before the grief had genuinely run its course, before its lessons had been fully integrated. These are the heartbreaks they spiritualized too quickly, wrapping them in layers of perceived lessons before the raw, visceral wound had been fully felt, acknowledged, and allowed to express itself. An unfinished grief does not magically disappear. It does not vanish into thin air. Instead, it deposits itself in the heart like fine sediment, layer by layer, gradually and subtly dimming the clarity of your signal, the purity of your energetic broadcast. It does not block love forever, but it does filter it, distorting its essence as it passes through. It makes you reach for connection from a place of inherent incompleteness rather than profound wholeness. And when you reach for love from a place of unresolved wound, you tend to find something that resonates with the wound itself, perpetuating the cycle, rather than with the healed version of you that is patiently waiting just beneath the surface, ready to emerge. So, if you are holding old grief right now, grief from people who left unexpectedly, from futures that did not materialize as envisioned, from versions of yourself that were loved in ways that ultimately damaged more than they nurtured, give yourself permission, your deepest self permission, to complete it. You do not have to revisit every painful detail. You do not have to deliberately open every old wound and prod it relentlessly, but you do have to allow your body, your nervous system, your entire being to know that it is safe to feel what was never fully felt, to express what was held back, to weep what needed to be wept. Your heart is not fragile. It was built for this immense capacity. It was built to hold great love and profound loss, and to be transformed by both without being irrevocably destroyed by either. Grief that is fully felt, fully processed, becomes wisdom. Wisdom that is embodied, that is lived and integrated, becomes a clear, potent frequency. And a frequency that is clean, unadulterated, and resonant becomes magnetic. The fourth key is the embodiment of what you are calling in. This is precisely where most people misunderstand the foundational principles of the law of attraction, especially as it relates to the deep, soul-level desire for love. They focus on manifesting a person, on bringing a specific individual into their reality. They meticulously write descriptions of their ideal partner. They visualize specific scenarios. They create elaborate vision boards filled with images. And while these practices can certainly have their place and offer a form of energetic intention, none of them will truly work if the body and the heart are not yet vibrating at the precise frequency of the love being requested. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. Not what you are at your absolute worst, or your most wounded, or your most fearful. But what you are at your most authentic, your most healed, your most present, your most fully realized self. The crucial question is not, what do I want in a partner? The essential question is, who do I need to become for that kind of love to feel natural, effortless, and truly received? Because this is the part that fundamentally changes everything. Many souls are not blocking divine love from arriving in their lives. They are, inadvertently, blocking themselves from receiving it. Someone could show up in their life exactly as they have envisioned, embodying all the desired qualities, and yet the old programming, the deeply ingrained patterns, would find a subtle or not so subtle reason to push that divine offering away. The unworthiness wound would whisper insidious doubts. This is too good to be true. It cannot last. The abandonment wound would immediately begin preparing for the inevitable end, unconsciously sabotaging the very connection it craves. The deep-seated fear of true intimacy would create subtle, almost imperceptible, emotional distance, even while the heart was aching for profound closeness. And the person standing right in front of them, the very soul they may have called in with all their might, would eventually feel the unspoken resistance, the energetic pushback, and not know how to bridge the growing chasm. Embodiment means doing the deep, often challenging internal work so that your body, your nervous system, your emotional field, your very energetic signature knows how to stay open, receptive, and grounded. When love, in its truest form, actually arrives, not just in the fleeting idea of love, but in the embodied, lived, undeniable reality of it. The fifth key is the recognition of your own sacred worth. This is not the kind of worth that is earned through external achievement or validated through the fleeting attention and approval of others. It is the inherent, unshakable worth that exists simply because you exist, because you chose to incarnate in this particular body at this specific pivotal moment in history, which signifies something profound, because you carry a frequency within you that is entirely irreplaceable, entirely singular, entirely and beautifully yours. There is not another soul in this entire universe with your exact, unique configuration of gifts and wounds, of wisdom gleaned from experience and capacity for love. This is not merely poetic language. It is the literal, undeniable truth of your energetic signature, your divine blueprint. And your divine counterpart is not looking for someone perfect, someone who has never stumbled or fallen. They are looking for someone real, someone who has lived inside the transformative fire of their own becoming and emerged, not burned away, but profoundly refined, like precious metal. Someone who has faced their own inner darkness, their shadow self, and not let it define them, but learned to integrate its lessons. Someone who understands love not as mere comfort or a predictable ease, but as a catalyst for expansion, a journey into greater becoming. Someone who has been broken open enough times to have cultivated a heart that no longer fears being broken, because they have learned, through profound experience, that their heart does not break apart into irreparable pieces. It breaks open, revealing ever deeper chambers of capacity, and every single opening, every vulnerability embraced, has been meticulously leading them to this sacred moment, to this profound connection. Here is what the universe, in its infinite wisdom and tender guidance, has been trying to tell you through every loss, every unnerving silence, every waiting season that stretched longer than you thought you could possibly bear. You are not someone that love has passed over, overlooking you in its grand distribution. You are someone that love is being consciously, deliberately built toward. The losses were not the story. They were the essential construction, the raw materials of your becoming. Everything that left was making room, clearing the ground, preparing the way. Everyone who was not meant to stay was completing their vital part in the magnificent architecture of who you are becoming, shaping the very foundations of your future. And who you are becoming is someone whose love, when it finally arrives in its full, radiant form, will be profoundly worthy of what it receives. Because of everything you have endured, everything you have learned, everything you have integrated to become truly ready to hold it. So do not rush the process. Do not shame yourself for the grief that still visits, the old companions that occasionally return to remind you of their lessons. Do not measure your spiritual progress by how quickly you have gotten over things. Measure it instead by how deeply you have understood them, by how honestly and tenderly you can sit with your own heart, with all its complexities, by how willing you are to remain open when every past experience has given you ample reason to close yourself off, to build walls. Tonight, before you drift into sleep, place your hand gently over your heart. Feel its steady rhythm, its inherent life force, and say these words aloud, slowly, with intention, with presence, allowing each syllable to resonate within your being. I release the weight of everything that was never mine to keep. I honor the losses that have made sacred space inside me. I trust that what is coming is already moving toward me, guided by divine hands. I am ready to receive love at the frequency my soul has always known was possible. Say it even if you do not fully believe it yet. The heart learns by practice before it learns by certainty. It learns by repetition, by consistent intention, by the quiet courage of showing up for itself day after day. Before you leave, I want to ask something of you. Drop one word in the comments, just one, that describes where your heart is right now. Not where you wish it was, not where you pretend it is, where it actually is in this moment. And then, take a moment to scroll down and read what someone else left. Respond to them with whatever truth comes from your heart, with a message of solidarity or understanding, because you are not the only one navigating this profound journey. There are others here, right now, holding the same quiet weight, the same sacred longing, the same unshakable knowing that something beautiful, something divinely orchestrated is still coming. Let them feel less alone in it, and in doing so, allow yourself to feel less alone in it too. Share this with someone who has been carrying loss without understanding its purpose. Someone who needs to hear that their waiting is not wasted, that their journey holds inherent value. Someone who needs to know that the price they have been paying in tears and struggle is, in fact, the sacred preparation for a profound arrival. And if this message found you at exactly the right moment, which is never an accident, but a testament to divine timing, stay close. Subscribe and remain in the flow of what is being transmitted here, because we are just beginning to go deeper into these foundational truths, and the profound journey you are on deserves witnesses who understand its weight and its wonder equally, who can hold space for both its challenges and its extraordinary beauty.